What makes up a great concert photograph? Our viewers have told us that it's raw emotion and artistic expression, and that's the subject of today's video, and that's what we're going to cover. I'm Robert Maxfield. I'm a concert and music photographer in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and I've been one for a very long time. Today's my birthday, so yay! Anyway, that gets me an extra year, I guess. But anyway, welcome to Max Concert Photography, where we talk everything concert photography related. And today we're going to talk raw emotion, artistic expression, and I'm going to show you some photographs, and we're going to discuss it. Recently I had a photograph selected for the cover of Buddy magazine, and when I was speaking to the publisher and the editor, they told me that they liked the photo of Chaz Marie smiling. They said everybody needs to have a smile every once in a while, and they really liked that photograph. And you know, I was very surprised because some people tell me that they don't like to see women singing or yelling or whatever in photographs, and so you have to be pretty careful with what you produce. But I was very pleasantly surprised and pleased. So I'm going to show you that photograph right now. Okay, so in this photograph you got a picture of Chaz, and she's smiling, she's having a good time, she's in concert, and I really liked it. One of the things about when I shot this photograph, Chaz moves very quickly, and she has a tendency to come up pretty close to the microphone, and I had to wait until she backed off from the microphone. And I took about 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 10 shots, and I got various expressions, and a lot of them were good, but none of them were exactly like this except this one. And it shows the raw emotion of the time that was actually happening. So thanks to Buddy magazine, I'm glad they liked the photograph. I'm going to show you some other photographs here real quick of various artists that are show raw emotion. Some of them are really good. Some of the artists don't like their photographs, but this is the way they look when they play. And I have other photographs that I take in certain occasions for them, but without raw emotion and artistic expression, you really a photograph is non-existent. So one of the things I will tell you, the big rules of thumb is being able to see the face and see the face clearly, and that means no microphone eating or lollipopping, that kind of thing. And it takes timing and effort in order to do that. You have to watch for when they back off, and sometimes it takes a couple times to get comfortable with their rhythm. This shot is of Jimmy Wallace, and he is one of the most intense artists I've probably ever photographed. The grimace on his face is because he's really concentrating and intense on his music. He's a fantastic artist. This shot is of Rachel Stacey in concert, and I think this week she's up in Sturgis doing her thing also. And this is very much her. She's got her mouth open, and a lot of people think that's distracting. But to me, I think this is her actually singing and performing, and really says a lot about her. The show is incredible. This shot is also of Rachel, and it shows a little bit different emotion. She's concentrating, she's thinking about what she's about to do, and this is done in a sound check, and very much emotional, so it's a little different. So by looking at the two photographs, which one do you pick? Which one do you like? I like them both, but they're very different in the way they present her. It's a hard call, but it just depends on your personal preference and taste. This one is of Allie Venable, and you can tell by the expression on her face that she's getting into what she's doing. So this is what makes concert photography. Okay, so now let's talk about photographers' artistic expression, and this is a big touchy subject. In the case here, I'm going to show you a photograph of Justin Russell, and I'm going to show you a photograph that I took some artistic liberties about. The photograph was used in a local Dallas area magazine, and I'll tell you what I did. I took out a sprinkler head and part of a guy's arm that were in the photograph, and it's normally, if you're doing pure journalistic type photography, that's verboten, that's forbidden. So, but in this case, it's more for a, lack of a better term, glamour shot. But you tell me if the photo works. The photograph originally was taken in a very small, a bar called Mama Tried. It's in the Toyota Music Factory. And the stage is probably no more than 10 by 10. It's real tiny, and it had nothing but pink and blue lights, and I adjusted all the settings for the color. And being that it was such a small stage, people were on top of each other, and instruments and some stands. So to the left hand side of his hat there was a fire alarm system, a sprinkler head there, and I removed it. And right below his right arm was part of a guy's sleeve, so I took that out also. So by doing that, I took some artistic liberties, and that's sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. It changes the context in which music, it goes from being concert photography to being, in that case, music photography, or more like creating a poster. One of the most fun things about shooting from the pit area, the media area, is getting in stare downs with artists. And here I am with Zachary Moulton of Mike and the Moon Pies, and we're having a little staring contest. And we've actually done this a couple times, so it's all right. It's a little fun, and it's a little intimidating at first, as you can tell by the look. The whole point of concert photography, in my opinion, is to have a good time and have fun. And in this case, I'm going to show you Patrick Devlin of the Blackguards. They're an Irish rock band out of Southeast Texas, and a heck of a lot of fun. But the whole deal is to have a good time. So if you can imagine an Irish folk rock band with a guy like this at the front, it's a good time. So I guess my point about concert and music photography and this whole video is have a good time, be artistic, show music in a way music, you can't hear it because you're only looking at it, so you got to be able to see it and feel it. And that's done by raw emotion and an artistic expression. And in some cases, like the one of Justin Russell, I took a little liberties with for inside of a magazine. But you can do that, but make yourself happy by all means. Okay, so that's part of artistic expression is doing things that make you happy. And I'm going to show you some photographs of some other artists that are with a little bit of emotion. Be sure to be patient, take a little bit back step, wait for them to step back from the mic, catch them when they're doing what they do best, and enjoy yourself.